Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Callisto8413, and this is another niche book, Be Your Own Napoleon, with William Seymour, which I believe is French. How would you command 10 of history's greatest battles? So, this is a military book, but it also is kind of a choose your own adventure. Not really, but as you go through, the author gives you all the information, all the background, all the factors that the commander on the spot, he'll choose one side or the other, would know about. And then he gives you all these options. And three or four or five, even illustrations, maps, it's wonderful. And this author, by the way, does a great job making everything very clear, very focused, giving you background, politics, tactics, all that stuff. And then says, pick one of these options. And then it continues to describe the battle as it went, which option the commander picked. And sometimes, he picks the losing side. So the option that the commander picked is not usually the best option. And as the title says, 10 battles, and there's 16, you can see there's 16 chapters. This is because it gets in the background, it gets involved in the campaigns up to that battle. Like I said, very, very comprehensive, very detailed. And once again, look, in this case, Waterloo campaign, 5 options. Now, here's the best part about this. Once again, the commander on the spot might pick the wrong option. You might pick the right one. Or all the options might be wrong because the commander on the spot doesn't know everything that's happening, doesn't have all the information. And you're only given the information that that person knew about. So it might be a trick question. All the options available, all the choices might be wrong. Now, this, like I said, is a wonderful book. I got it myself at Colonial Williamsburg. I think it cost me about $5. It was, I believe, 2020, December, around 11 o'clock before breakfast. Before lunch, excuse me. Well, I'm kind of a hobbit. It might have been before second breakfast or after second breakfast. But the point is, if you're a person who's into military history, this is the book for you. If you're a person who's interested in military history but has never really studied it or gotten into it, this is also the book for you. It covers a whole bunch of battlefields over the time period, different tactics, different weapons, different politics. It gets everything. And like I said, the author, the author gets into details, explaining everything. So if you're coming from a place where you have no idea about military tactics or history of the military, you just want to try to get into it, this is a sampler. This is what you want to go for. This allows you to see battles throughout the ages, in which historical period you might want to get interested in. I would definitely advise anybody, whether you're an expert, whether you're a veteran, whether you're just a person getting into military history, to try to find this if they can. Probably available on Amazon or other books. Like I said, I found it in an antique mall store in Williamsburg. So it's used. It's probably going to be a used bookstore. You might be able to find it for even less than I paid for it. I think literally it's like $5.35. I actually used the sales slip for the bookmark, so I kind of know that. I found it in the book. Like I said, before lunch, December 23rd, a few days before Christmas. Uh, the mall I went to also has a little tea cafe run by the Carrot Tree. If you're from Colonial Williamsburg, you kind of know what I'm talking about. At the time, that was about 6 years ago. Wow, that was during the pandemic. Whew. Or was it? That happened near the end of the pandemic. Whatever. Thank you for watching. I probably went a little faster than I usually go, but this is just such a good book. You really, really need to get it. Especially, like I said, you're into military or you want to get into military stuff. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good century.